Alright, so we should be live on YouTube. Let's just go live on Facebook. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook, say hello, don't be scared. We're just going to do this live stream very quickly, hopefully, and then everyone can get on their merry way. So what's today? It's Friday. Is it Friday today? Yeah, Friday today. So, you know, when you don't have a day job, guys, it all blends, guys. All right, there's no weekend. It's just all blends. So just let's just get through it. With Twitter. Now there's a rumor. This is just a rumor. I'm not sure if this is true, but you know, obviously, we want it to be true. Genesis Mining might bring back contracts by the end of the year, maybe in late November, could be December, right? So I mean, the demand is so high. So you know, if it does come back, it'll be great. I recommend you buy as many BTC contracts as you can, because the demand is outstripping the supply and they just can't keep up, right? It's a good problem to have, but it's also a bad problem because you can't buy hash power and you can't make money. So we'll see if that happens. Keep an eye on Twitter for them because they'll announce it, right? So maybe November, maybe December. Hopefully before Christmas. I reckon that as soon as these contracts come on, whether they're a pre-sale contract or whether they're just straight out buying contracts of the BTC, they're going to sell out fast. Like even if they had, I don't know, a lot, they'll still sell out fast. I can guarantee you that, right? So look out for that. Look out for them on Twitter. Also, the Block Barley. Block Barley, what do you call it? Oh, lost for words. It's not a seminar. It's just like a conference. That's it. The word's conference I was looking for. So that's now in Bali. That's today. Genesis Mining are at that. That's obviously taking place right now. So maybe the people, anyone that's going to this Block Bali, maybe they might be able to get or ask the people at Genesis Mining, which are at Block Barley right now, ask them when they're going to bring BTC contracts, please, and let me know. Thanks. So exciting things happening all around the world. Now, for the people in Thailand, now you guys obviously, you're not in Thailand, so you don't really know what's going on. But something very big just happened, and it was the former king. I'm not going to say his name because it's a very tricky name. I don't want to butcher it out of respect. He passed away a year ago, and 1 year from the day he passed, they have cremation. So this is a very, very big deal. He ruled Thailand for 70 years. One of the most respected kings ever, and they spent 90 million on the funeral, right? That's him there, and now the son is now the king. His son's 65, but yeah, 250,000 people watch this. The parade was, we watched it on television. The parade was just outlandish. Like it was just 80,000 security personnel and 5,000 people dressed in what do you call it, in the band, in the procession. So yeah, a very big deal. So that's what happened in Thailand yesterday or last night, and his body got burnt 10 p.m. Bangkok time last night. So pretty much, if you're Thai, if you're live in Thailand, you'll know about this. If you're a Thai local, you'd be mourning. But It's a celebration also. There's a new king, and but he did some great things in Thailand. Great things for Thailand. Just want to give you a heads up, because Thailand has very, very strict laws on drugs. What he did was he went into these villages that were growing like marijuana and hash and you know, all these drugs. And what he did was he basically said, you know, if you keep on growing these drugs, you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna get thrown in jail. So what he did was he basically went in there and wiped out all the drug farms, and but not only that, he basically gave them a means to support themselves. So he said, look, don't grow marijuana or don't grow these illegal drugs. Instead, start farming pigs. And he donated thousands and thousands of pigs to these farmers. Basically, just gave them the pigs, so then they could have a livelihood, and they could get away from these you know, illegal activities. And then the farmers started growing the pigs instead. So they still had a livelihood, but they didn't do drugs. They didn't grow the illegal crops, right? So this is just one of the stories, and you can tell why he was very, very admired by everyone in Thailand for his work over the last 70 years. And he'd probably go down as one of the greatest kings of Thailand in all time. So as you can tell, no expense was spared. 90 million was spent on his funeral, and deservedly. So that's the news in Thailand. Now I'm also excited because I just made a profit of one of my ICOs, which I bought early on in the piece, for 8.5 Ethereum. Right. So this is you'll see all this in the ICO Gold Rush course. And I also made a video of the trade as well. All right, so this is going to help people understand the process, the whole process involved of what I bought it for and what I sold it for. All right, so it is a process. These ICOs are just not quick get rich quick. They're it's a whole process that you have to go through. You have to understand the process. Once you understand the process and of first of all how to find them, how to buy them, you know, evaluate them properly, buy the right ones, and then know when to sell them. It's just a rinse and repeat, right? So that's really what's in the course, and there's a very good community that we've built around that to help you. So not only going to get the 35 videos, 2.5 hours of pure content, but then you're also going to have the community, which is very, very important, because we've got weekly webinars to help you, so you know you can get up to steam, what's going on, upcoming ICOs, what the price is, when to sell, all the goss, all the skinny, and exactly what you need to know. Even myself, I cannot keep up with everything. And we've got some very, very good contributors now, which is awesome to see. Many people contributing, adding bits of information. It's literally, if I was doing ICO investing by myself, I'd find it very hard. But now that I've, like, you know, we've all got this community to help each other. People say, like, oh, did you hear about this? This is the price now. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about this upcoming ICO? Blah, 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 blah. And you're going to know. It's really, 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 really helpful. I can't emphasize how valuable that resource is, and that's that's part of the membership for ICO Gold Rush, as well as the weekly webinars. And we've also just got a new app, which is a web app for the ICO Gold Rush crew, and that's basically going to be able to, you're about to see your the stats of all the evaluations that we've done. You know what I mean? So what people have done is evaluations on ICOs. You're going to be able to see that in real time. So you don't have to research those. The people have already researched those ICOs, and this is what this web app does. You have access to it when you join ICO Gold Rush, and this I can't emphasize how valuable that tool is. Because there's so many ICOs launching, that it's like literally impossible to keep up with what's going on. You just go to coinschedule.com and you'll see them, right? You see all the ICOs launching, what's coming up. Look at this list. How the hell are you going to know? Are you going to know everything a little bit about each particular ICO? It's literally impossible. That's why it's so important to have a community. Hey Mohammed, hi Linda, how are you? So someone asked me, let's have a look here. Someone asked me, yeah, it is a good thing. It is a good thing, but in Thailand, Astanya, you caught with marijuana, you're doing time. Now, if you're a tourist coming into Thailand and you get caught with marijuana, there are severe precautions, right? So, yeah, maybe in other countries, obviously in Australia, it's pretty, I mean, if you get caught with like a joint in your pocket, they're just going to slap you with a warning, right? Or if you get caught with, a couple of bags of pot, I mean, you might have to pay a fine. But if you get caught with a couple of bags of pot here, you're going straight to jail and you're doing serious time. So, obviously in countries like Australia, it's all cool for us. But in Thailand, they're very, very strict on marijuana. And there's been some famous cases of the Chappelle Corby. The Chappelle Corby one was probably the last biggest famous case for marijuana. And there's been some big infamous heroin busts for, Aussies and Americans and Australians and pommies, Hey Daniel, now there was yeah, so Adil, that's the skinny on Genesis Mining. Maybe this is a rumor that they may come back. So I also got a question from Lolo David. He asked, what do you think about ARD token, which is I'm assuming this one here, ARD token capacity, which is this one here, yeah, capacity AR. So let's just go and have a look at it, and I'll give you my rundown on it. Yeah, I'm assuming this is it here. ARtoken.io. Yeah, this is it. Alright, so alright, now I made a post which probably prompted some questions about this particular token. Now the biggest two emerging trends that I see are artificial intelligence and virtual reality. All right, this is like the biggest things that are going to come out. All right, so with Bitmain, they just invested quite a bit of money in AI for machine learning with trading in cryptocurrency, or the AI side of it with obviously cryptocurrency, right? So this is Bitmain, the largest hardware producer of Bitcoin mining machines. So, and VR is huge. VR is a big deal. So this token probably is it's getting in front. It's like basically it's getting capitalizing on the trend, trying to build a decentralized AR VR ecosystem for 3D content exchange. The public sale is live. Join now. Don't miss our 20% maximum bonus. There's 1,847 contributors. So it was founded in Santa Carla. They raised $1.8 million. So they've launched the platform and 3D digitalized software are launched. All right. Phase 1 of 30 million. Now, phase 2 is Q1 and decentralized. All right. First of all, I don't like ICOs that keep on running. So, you know, it just keeps on running and running and running. I don't like that. Because, you know, it's just like forever running. I mean, you want to cash out. So that's one thing I don't really like about it. Let's just go and have a look at the white paper and we'll examine. The supply is 7 billion. Now, available at the crowd sale at $1 equals 185 AR unsold tokens we burnt. All right. So let me explain what that means. All right. So this is the roadmap for the project. So let me tell you why I'm not going to invest in this straight off the bat. Right now, I wouldn't invest in it. This is me personally, but maybe on down the track. All right. And I'll tell you why. This is a good project. It's getting in front of, I mean, I haven't even read the white paper and I've already decided. And I'll tell you why. Even though this is a good ICO in the sense of the idea and what they're trying to do, right? Because they obviously know that VR is an emerging trend. So if you don't know what VR is, basically it means like you can put on these funny looking goggles here and you can have an experience which in 3D or virtual reality. So you could be sitting at home, you put on these glasses, and then you could be like at a nightclub and you're dancing away or whatever, right? And you can get a full kind of experience, you know, because but the problem with VR at the moment is it's suffering with the networks, with bandwidth, and you know, basically if everyone had cable, if the whole world had the capabilities of like the Korean network, if they had the bandwidth of South Korea, which is like 100 megabit per second, or like some stupid amount, VR would be good. But the problem with VR is it doesn't have the bandwidth. It needs bandwidth, right? So right now, this technology is still emerging, because if you're having a full body experience with these VR goggles, that takes a lot of bandwidth, you know, to see every single particular detail as you move left or right, as you scroll around, right? So the technology is not quite. The technology is emerging, but the infrastructure to back up technology is still very, very small, minute, and technology-wise, and in the sense of bandwidth, it's just not there at the moment. Maybe in 5 years' time, you know, if you're willing to wait. But there's other applications that it can undergo as well, not just necessarily like you at a nightclub or you at a brothel or anything, right? You know what I mean? There's other applications like video entertainment, maybe 3D printing, all that sort of stuff. Okay, gaming, you know. So there's other things too, but the bandwidth is just not there. So this is an ongoing ICO. It's keeps on going on until next year, and that's why I wouldn't buy into it, because the total hard cap is 50 million. Phase 1, and there's 7 billion tokens. So straight up, I wouldn't buy into it. The token count is too high. They're asking too much. The hard cap's 50 million. They're asking way too much. And they want you to pay $1 457 tokens. So that's on a 7 billion hard cap. I think that's overpriced. 1 divided by 1.25. Hang on, 1.25. Yeah, I don't know the sums divided by 1. But yeah, it's less than a cent. It's 1 cent, less than a cent. I think that price is I think it's overvalued, right? Just like Electronium, way overvalued for 1 cent. I think this is way overvalued for 1 cent, right? I don't like it because it's an ongoing ICO. So in other words, phase 2 starts 120 days after phase 1. You're gonna have to wait 120 days after phase 1, and then when that goes through, you're gonna have to wait even further. So you're gonna be waiting for a long time. You're gonna be waiting 3 months up to 6 months. Definitely no go. I don't want to invest my money and then wait 6 months. Now, with that said, they're burning the tokens. So in my opinion, I think that this is not going to be very big, and they're going to be burning a lot of tokens. So if you don't know what that means, it means that once they, whatever they don't sell, any ICO that doesn't sell out, right? If it's got an uncap or there's no cap or whatever, right? If they burn the tokens, they're decreasing the supply, which makes it more scarce, which is a good thing. So they are decreasing the supply, but why would you buy into it now? You know, I mean, you don't know that how the ICO is going to go, because it ends next year. So why would you buy into it now? See, when you know how the progress of the ICO is going, and then you know that if they haven't sold much, right? If this ICO is going to flop and it doesn't sell out, right? Just say there's 6 billion tokens, they only sell 500,000, right? Then it's a steal. It's an absolute steal because you bought it at 1 cent or less than 1 cent. Now, if they sell all 7 billion tokens and you bought it at 1 cent, it's not a good deal. So what you should do with this is keep an eye on it, keep your finger on the pulse with it, but don't buy into it now. Why would you? Right? Buy into it as the ICO ends, because then you're going to know how many is going to get burnt. Now, if there's only 500 million tokens sold, absolutely it's a good deal, right? Buy into it then. So wait till next year, track the progress and see how many's getting burnt or getting close to it. Like, you'll know if they've only sold 10% of the tokens, right? And it's getting very close to the ICO ending, then obviously they're going to burn the rest, and it's a good deal, right? So you're going to have to wait on this one. You'd be stupid, it'd be ludicrous to buy into this now. Okay, so I just gave you a huge tip, right? Most people don't know have no clue what I just explained. They're just buying into ICOs, they have no clue, right? So you could have just done your dough on this, but I just told you not to buy into it until later, all right? Don't buy into this until towards the end of the ICO. Now, how do you find this out? You just go, you know, what questions do we have, or just email them or whatever, right? So you have to log in. Okay, they're using, yeah. All right. So yeah, there you go. There's my analysis. Let's just see what the group is. There's 2,000 people in the group. There's a few people in the group. I'm not sure if you can see that. You probably can't see it because it's an application that's opening under OBS, so you can't really see it. But there's 2,000 people in the group. All right. I'm just quickly reading the things on it. I think that the idea is good, but there's just way too many things that are out of whack at the moment. Again, VR is emerging, but the infrastructure is not built. So, to conclude, hi Rome, hi John. To conclude, I will definitely pass on this one, but keep monitoring it. This ICO goes too long, the token count is too long. The emerging technology, which is good, you can get in amongst the trend, but it's just it's a long shot, guys. It's a long shot. Now wait till the tokens go to next year and see when the ICO actually finishes. If it's only sold like 5% or 10%, it is an absolute steal, right? Then, because they're burning the rest of the tokens, the token supply will diminish, meaning whatever tokens you have are going to be worth a lot of money. So that's my analysis on AR token. Okay, it's a pass. So with that said, we've got to get going. We've got things to do, and we're actually going to check out the plans for the house that we're going to build. All right, so we're building a house, and we're going to go suss out the first stage of that. The house that we've already picked the house up. We've already picked the plan, like the house that we like, but we have to talk about the specs of the house, and you know where they're going to put it, and the best places to position it, and what we want, and all that sort of jazz. So that's what we're doing now. So with that said, you guys have a good day. Again, hi bargain hunters. It's not a girl. I'm not a girl. Okay. Yeah. Again, if you want to know, like, if you want to know all the stuff, you want to invest, and you want to know everything about ICOs. You want to know about what's going on, how to invest in it properly, how, basically, you're going to get the best education and training out there, and you're going to have a community there to back you up, as well as you're going to get weekly webinars. You're quite welcome to attend them, or you can just watch the replays. Plus, we just built the ICO app, web app, which is going to help you with, basically it's going to give you analysis on multiple ICOs, so you don't have to do as much research, which is going to be invaluable. We're going to launch ICO Gold Rush in November, right? The date is uncertain at the moment, but it's going to be November, and the people that got into ICO Gold Rush early, they got in at $3.99. We're going to relaunch this in November. It's going to be $1,099. You can pay with Dash, Bitcoin, or Litecoin, right? Which is still absolute steal. All right. Now, if you guys would have bought into that, you would know that the profit that I just made on one of my ICOs, you could have bought into that, because that ICO had not finished. So if you bought ICO Gold Rush, you would have bought into the token that I just sold and made 8.5 Ether today, which is about, I don't know how much it is. Not much. It's about 2,400, whatever. Okay, but you would have known about that ICO. You could have participated in that ICO, right? Because you bought the course. Because in the course, I've got not only the course, but I've got the. You see my portfolio, right? Let me just move this over. See, when you log into the account, when you log into your account, this up the top here says ICO portfolio. That's my portfolio. You see all my ICOs I've purchased. So you know what I'm buying into, right? So if you would have bought into that, ICO I just told you about, you would have made a profit. Now I made a profit of 8.5 Ether. Depending on how much you put in, you would have made a profit. So how valuable is that? You got to ask yourself, how valuable you're going to know what I'm trading, what I'm buying into. I say it's very, very valuable. But not even that. I mean, just the community alone. I'm getting so much value from that community, and I created the community. The community is like, it's evolving by itself. It's fantastic. A lot of people are getting awesome value because they know exactly what's going on. People post stuff all the time. Hey, check this out. What do you think about this? Blah, blah, blah. And you're going to miss stuff, right? So that's going to be 1,090 and 99. Highly recommend you pick it up. Start making some good investing decisions, and you're going to know what to invest in, right? Stop investing in these scamming programs that they're just out there to scam your money, and they're just people that hide behind, they don't show themselves. There's no team, there's no white paper. It's just all bullshit. It's just designed for you to take your money. They pay you for a little while, they get more people in, the scam evolves, and then after about 3 months or 6 months they stop paying, and then you invested all this money when you could have invested into ICOs and made some good decisions yourself, instead of putting this money into the hands of scam admins, which are it's just designed to scam you. All right, so with that said, I'll catch you guys later. Have a fantastic Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream.